Hi, it's Monday, April 25th, 2022. So the big news today, of course, was that Elon Musk bought Twitter, I guess, for like 45 billion or something like that. And it's significant because he seems to support free speech more than the previous ownership. And so if he owns it outright, he's going to be able to set those rules. Now he's going to have to consider the legal ramifications and things of that nature, which is a part of why companies do what they do. It's a complex mess. There are bad incentives in place due to the structure of the law, and there's also corruption. So those two things, even if there's no corruption, there's still bad incentives that are in place. To me, for this to have happened means that we'll call the Great Reset group, the Marxist group, whatever you want to call it, group, has decided to allow it to happen. Because, if Elon's bidding 45 billion, well, Bill Gates could have come in and bid 50 billion, or a group of those guys could have pooled their resources. They could come up with the money. Like they could outbid Elon if they combine their resources or whatever, or at least got in a bidding war. And the fact they didn't do that makes me think that they've said, okay, we're going to have speech. And maybe they've said that because the argument that if you silence me, it must mean you can't refute my points. Maybe that's gotten through. Maybe that has made them realize, okay, we can't fight this and it's not helping us to try to fight it. So maybe we're actually going to have to go to the table and have a conversation. And maybe in their minds, they have the higher intellectual position and they can do that. So I support open discourse, but I've been on Twitter for a few years, and most of the time, and I've had a lot of really good ideas, and yet we still don't have a free society or an efficient society. So it's not just being able to speak, it's having people actually listen to what you got to say. And we may not get there until reality kicks in and things happen and people become aware of reality. So I'm a kind person, man. I have compassion, and I'm not here to try to make people suffer. There is a certain amount of work that needs to be done on this planet. We got forests that need to be regrown. We got people that need to be housed. We got entertainment destinations that need to be built. We have resources that need to be harvested, food that needs to be grown, an environment that needs to be cleaned up. So there's work to do. But the thing about human beings is they are capable of working really hard when they're motivated. And if people were actually productively working hard at the things that need to be taken care of, yeah, it would be work. It would need to be get done, and it would be significant work that needs to be done. But it would be a finite amount of work. I mean, because you can build machines, you can automate a lot of processes, and if we had freedom, um, it would just get more and more efficient to the point that most people would eventually not have to work at all, because there would just be so many easy ways to make money to support yourself. And there would be giveaways, there would be all kinds of stuff, and there would be charity. There would be people who just have a bunch of more money than they need and just say, well, I want friends to hang out with and play with, or whatever they... Look, here's the thing, man. We got a bunch of different tribes on this planet. We got a bunch of different groups and a bunch of different families. It's okay to have different families. It's okay to have different groups and different tribes. And in fact, it's good, because when there's different groups doing things different ways, they can compete with each other. And whoever's doing things the right way will get the business, will increase their land holdings, increase their customer base, increase their employee satisfaction, and they'll just have success. And what they're doing will be duplicated by other people who want to have success. And people are creative agents, and they will come up with new ideas to compete in new ways. And the world will become a really awesome place. Even though you won't have everything you want right away. Things will need to be worked for. And there is work to do. It's better to work productively towards something than to work in futility on a fucking hamster wheel, not getting anywhere, falling further behind, and feeling like your efforts are wasted. Freedom will provide a sense of accomplishment and give you a path to what you want. And what you want is going to be unique to you. Different people are into different stuff. Different people like different entertainment options, different types of social gatherings, different types of sports, different types of books. So, freedom allows any family, any group, any individual to engage in transactions with other individuals and groups. And by maximizing the number of transaction opportunities that we have available to us, we increase our standard of living, because we give ourselves ways to improve our lot in life. These concepts are really important concepts, and they're ideas that probably get lost in a lot of the back and forth and the arguing and the insults and all the bullshit that goes on when people who disagree try to engage with each other. The problem is that people are engaging in conversations, attempting to prove themselves right as an objective, rather than attempting to understand the other person's position. This is a key difference, and if you want to have productive and meaningful conversations with people, you need to understand their perspective. If you want to learn my perspective, you can start by going to my blog on my website at humandiscourse.com. You can watch some of my videos, and if you like my material, you can purchase my book in which I discuss how we can smoothly transition our society to a free one with regard to the many services that have been provided and supported by government to a free market system. I go market by market and I break it down in a concise manner. It's a beginning to a conversation. And I do talk about some pretty far out stuff later in the book. I talk about angels and feral humans and reptiles and fairies and all kinds of stuff. And if that stuff's not for you, you can take a pass. But freedom will open many doors. Freedom will show us many things we've never seen. And don't underestimate your ignorance. This is a vast universe, and there's a lot to discover. So, my guess is that the things I talk about in my book only scratch the surface of the reality that will unfold as we walk into this new world. Together as a human family, yet divided into our tribes and our groups and our families. Or on our own, if we're one of those people who hasn't yet found our tribe. Or with God, I suppose, for those of us who choose to walk with Him by offering our will and our lives over to His care, as I have done. Anyway, I guess that's about it. I can't really plan too far in advance, man. You know, I gotta just go a day at a time right now.